Well, all right, people. So I tried to put myself through the torture of watching Raw tonight. I watched about 2 hours of this shitty ass product, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Like my brain could not take the torture and the suffering and all the pain that WWE inflicts on my brain and inflicts on my eyes. I just couldn't. I don't know if it was the ugly ass electronic screen of all those losers out there. I don't know if it was a shitty product. I don't know what it was, but about 10 o'clock came around, and my brain just had enough of this torture. So I'll probably finish the show maybe later tonight if I got the energy. But it's just really hard to watch this show. Like there's just nothing interesting on it. Like even if you get a good match or two, it's just a good match. But like every storyline is shit. Every character is terrible. And it's just so hard to watch. It's like you're watching just the first segment alone just proves how shitty this company is. I mean, you got one of your biggest matches of the year, right? It's the Royal Rumble. It's your title match. This should be a really important match. Instead, you get one little segment of build to this very, very important match. And on top of that, you got Goldberg in the match, who's 50 some years old. It's just a very depressing show to watch. Um, the only good thing that I saw was the Sheamus and Morrison match. It wasn't a great match by any means, but it was a good match. Um, but like, I heard they're gonna do. It's already happened, but right. But Alexa Bliss, I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. But Alexa Bliss versus um, Azuka for the WWE title or the Women's Divas title. Um, I, I don't get why you're doing a title match before but right before the Rumble. Like that doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Um, but I mean, just looking through this card, everything sucked, and I thought it was funny too. Uh, it, so Drew McIntyre comes down for his first for like the first segment of the night, and he tries to stick his sword in the ground, and he totally botched it. Just a total microcosm of what WWE is, a giant botch, and it's just a fitting way to start off a shitty ass show right there. Um, but just looking through some of these segments, the first match of the night, and it was a total clusterfuck. You know you got a six divas tag match ending in this weird ass count out. Like what the fuck was up with that shit? I mean, that looked like shit. I don't know if somebody botched it or whatever the fuck, but it was just a terrible ending to a terrible show, or a terrible start to a terrible show. Um, you still got Xavier Woods wrestling the retribution. I mean, what the fuck is going on with that storyline right there? Like nobody knows. Like it's just Woods wrestling, random people of retribution, a jobber tag team that wants to be Nexus. You still got Matt Riddle going around acting like a fucking dork, acting like a Zack Ryder wannabe, not doing anything funny, not doing anything good. Um, you still really just got the hurt business like just out again. It's just like you got all these people out there wandering around in this company not doing anything entertaining, not having anything about them that makes you intrigued about them. There's like no good characters at all. um you got AJ Styles, one of your best talents on the roster, wrestling R-Truth for no fucking reason. um like what's the point of that? um that was just like what are they doing with him? What are they doing with AJ Styles? Like it's just he's one of your best wrestlers. He's shown that he can wrestle good matches, but they're just wasting him. They're it's like instead of having Goldberg um in your WWE championship match, why not put AJ Styles in there? A guy who's going to be around for a lot longer than Goldberg. So I'll finish watching these last couple hours or this last hour of Raw and get my review up tomorrow. But I just couldn't take it. I couldn't get through a full 3 hours. My brain just cannot take that much torture, and I have too much respect for myself to put myself through that. So hopefully I'll be able to watch this last hour I just gotta relax, take my mind off of it for a while, refresh myself, rejuvenate myself, and get rid of and get away from this shitty product. But hopefully this last hour will be better than the first two. But it's not like the first two were that great, so it's really setting a low bar for the last hour of Raw. So there you go, people.